This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
So a drug counselor at New York State rehab facility sold crack cocaine on multiple occasions.
Oh, bad at his job.
To an undercover agent. According to police that arrested the alleged dealer on felony narcotics charges. Acting on tips from public, investigators began probing Alvin Lewis, 54.
Probing.
Oh, yeah. Subsequently identified him as a narcotic and dangerous drug dealer.
So he wasn't selling it to the people he was counseling, though.
Well, I mean, I don't think so, but it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
It's he said that, yeah. It's,
I'm willing to let it go if he wasn't selling it to people he was counseling. Because the way I look at it...
Yeah, he's just trying to stack the pads.
That's right.
Pad the stats.
He's just trying to ensure that he has a job.
You don't go murdering people so you can solve crimes as a detective.
Well, you don't know that.
It was Dexter. So he said, so this place is like 80 miles north of New York. I said multiple occasions. He sold crack to agents with local prosecutors' drug task force. While conducting surveillance of Lewis, police determined that he worked overnight hours as a counselor at Arms Acres, an inpatient rehabilitation clinic.
All right.
Lewis was busted Tuesday evening while driving a few miles with his Warpingers Falls residence. Warpingers, that's kind of a weird name.
Yeah.
Subsequently searching his home, the vehicles, they found crack packaged and ready for sale. Lewis, who is also being held without bail, is expected to face additional charges.
That's when you get in trouble, when you have it packaged. You shouldn't do that.
Well, what does it matter?
Because then it's intent to sell. If you have it all just hanging out in one giant pile, you can be like, I was just planning on doing all this myself.
I don't know if that's how that works. It's because it wasn't grouped together.
I think that's how it works.
So the second you have a Ziploc bag.
The second you have it all in separate little baggies, that's intent to sell.
What if your intent was to just break it up through the week like you do with like mixed nuts? Or
Right. You're like, I'm meal prepping.
they're weekly prepping.
Well, that's going to be a hard case to argue. That's because they're going to, yeah. That's
Crack prepping. This is my Tuesday through Friday.
I'm very regimented with my crack use. Yeah, no. I don't think they're going to buy that. It's like they don't ever want you to have money and drugs and guns all together. You can have money and drugs, or you can have money and guns, but you can never have all three together. That's when they get really pissed off at you.
What if it's if you go into my house, the only thing I don't have is drugs.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Money and guns I got, but yeah, the drugs outside of
That's why I never hang out with you.
The closest thing I have is gummies. The
Workmansrelief.com.
gummy, if you want to call that drugs, but
it's not
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the closest thing I have, which I had one last night. I slept great.
Yeah, me too. Pumpkin spice.
That's what I had.
Oh my God, twinsies! And look at how refreshed we are.
Felt good. I slept actually.
Yeah, I know. They do. Oh God, they're.
Do you get weird, thoughts and dreams on them?
I guarantee you they ain't as weird as yours are.
I suppose I should have just one. Instead
what are you eating? A bag?
A couple.
How many is a couple?
Just 2.5, 3.
So you're having 30 milligrams?
Yeah. So it's great because
But you should maybe try the note. I'll give you some.
It's only when I really want to go out.
Yeah.
If I have one, it's just I could tell, but it's starting. My body's starting to be
they're 5 milligrams.
Yeah.
I'll give you one of them THC shots. Try those.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple of those. Those are 10 milligrams each.
Because I end up thinking weird stuff. It's it's like a dream.
Like weird what?
Okay, we'll go here. I don't know for some reason, and I have no idea why. I was sitting there, I was laying down, And it was like in between sleep and stuff, and I saw a tractor skid out in front of me.
Okay.
I don't know why I was on a
in your
dirt road.
bedroom? Oh no.
Yeah.
Like you're having a vision?
Yeah, like I was on a dirt road, and I wasn't dreaming. I just was like, "Whoa, what was that?" And I was able to see it like vividly.
Weird.
And it went like a tractor, went sideways, Tokyo drifted, and then got back on, and then it jumped to something else.
What if you were seeing Lance's vision that's in a parallel dimension?
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's scary to think that there's another one of you.
Like that, The One. I got to go kill them all and I'll become the one. Have you ever seen that Jet Li movie?
No.
That's right. You don't watch movies. The last bit of...
I do watch some movies just because I don't watch the same movies you do. God, you're such a baby.
I wanted it to happen so bad.
Yeah, I'll pay attention. I don't know. My thoughts flip around so much. Half the time I'm not even paying attention to what's going on up there.
The same thing happened. Like when I do that, I don't know if it's just it reacts to when I'm sleeping or what, because I'll be laying there and I remember some jets shooting over my head like it was in my room, or I was outside watching them, but I know it wasn't, and I knew I was there.
Yeah.
And I looked up real fast, like, whoa. I looked. Whoa. Yeah, they shot up over me. I was like, whoa, dude. That was like cool. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm in my room.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
This is weird.
Wow.
It was, I don't know. Maybe I have a reaction to something. I don't.
Are you like in between that space between sleeping and being awake?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll have visions then too.
Well, it's the hypnagogic, but it's not just then. I think it doesn't happen unless I pop a couple of them.
Yeah.
Which
maybe then you're just more.
But it's always a positive, thing. I'm always like, oh man, this is great. I want to lay in this area forever.
Yeah.
It's always like a nice.
Try to stay in there next time and see what happens.
I knew I was feeling it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I'm in it.
Yeah.
And then I just fall asleep.
Cool.
Immediately, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Next thing you know, you're out.
Wow.
But then I wake up with a dry mouth.
Yeah, I always got water by the bedstand.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Do you ever leave it there and then drink it like 2 days later? Don't lie.
Yes.
And that's a big problem because you got dog hair floating around. You're just loaded. You're going to cough up a fur ball. Yeah, yeah. You'd be like, yeah.
You fired up the fart machine. You are motivated today.
I am.
That thing's pretty awesome.
Oh, it's great.
Joel from Nevada Bob's, man.
Yeah?
It's the best gift I've ever received.
I have one that's constantly under Lindsay's desk.
Oh, nice.
Our VP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll be on a, meeting or something like that. I just go out the door. We got the remote control to it.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
It's time for the JJO Morning Show 640 Sex Fix. Talk dirty to me, please.
All right, we have Marissa on the line here, and Marissa has quite the problem here. What's going on, girl?
So I was just kind of trying to get a little support here. I'm in this relationship. It's about 2.5 years we've been together, and I'm starting to not feel it so much. He's kind of bringing the bare minimum when it comes to our intimacy and our connection, and I want more. I care about him a lot, but I'm wanting to end things, but it's just like I feel there are so many commitments and things coming up. Like I can't find the time. I can't find the right time where it's not just going to be awful.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, of course you never want to dump someone in the holidays. We just got through the holidays.
Right.
And I was thinking I would do it in January, but like for Christmas, he showed me that he had paid a down payment for us to get a golden doodle, and which I've wanted forever,
Oh,
but like, so we're getting this dog, like this month we're getting this dog. And then, like Valentine's is next month. And then we have this trip planned where, we're supposed to go to St. Martin's in April, and Valentine's. I said Valentine's. Let's see what else. His birthday. His birthday's coming up, and it's just like, oh my god, like all these things.
Hey, guess
and
what?
I don't want to be the.
Right. You don't want to be breaking up with him when there's all this stuff happening, but you're. But
yeah, because I really do care about him. It's not like he's done something horrible. It's just like the relationship is just not. It's not progressing in the way that I want it to. Like he's just not bringing what I need.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Do you wait? Do you? Well, here's the deal. I mean, you're gonna act maybe different, and maybe he'll pick up on it, but I don't know. So, is it really saving him from all these things?
Well, I always think about if it was me, if I was that dude. And I'm thinking that my girlfriend is all in the relationship and she's not. Like, that would be crappier.
Well, would you rather
she
know?
faked it the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would rather know the truth.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. So say for example, you get all these things, you go somewhere, he's gonna have these memories that he thinks are gonna be great, and then they'll just be more reminders of how bad things have got.
Right. And well, and it's like, are you
Get him
telling
a trip
telling me you didn't love me that whole time?
Yeah. So maybe
telling me you were not feeling it that entire time, like that.
Yeah.
I think you got to pull the cord. The sooner you pull the cord, the better.
Yeah, regardless of anything.
Yeah.
Then just use the stuff that you were gonna get, and then get him a ticket to the red light district in the Netherlands.
Do you have insurance on that trip? I know them trips are expensive. I got a buddy that's taken like 6 trips with a bitch that he don't really care for.
That's all, dude. I mean, whoops! I left the. They'd rather be there with their friends.
That's terrible.
God, I wish John was here.
Jesus. Yeah. Do you have trip insurance or no?
Yeah, I think so. He's made a lot of the arrangements.
Yeah.
What is it salvageable?
He's usually the relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you go on these things, or maybe you do some of the stuff. And what is the root cause of why you hate him?
Well, I don't hate it. I mean, I've been bringing up, like, trying to sort of subtly and in the right time bring up that there are some things I think we need to work on. But he's like from this just sort of old school mentality of like therapy or counseling is for people who are messed up, and he doesn't put a lot of stock in getting help that kind of way. He's kind of like self-made sort of thing or whatever. And so, so he's like, no, he doesn't want to go get help. And I just feel like I've been trying to tell him that I need more, and he's just not listening.
So maybe if you tell him, hey, listen, I need more, and maybe it'll scare him into it and he'll do it. Yeah. But you got to go into it with a good mindset. Otherwise, if you just go in it, but if you get him in, that's the thing. It's like he might just feel like, oh yeah, well then the psychologist or whoever you go to, or psychiatrist, whatever, therapist, whatever you want to go. They'll also be
whatever. There's a difference.
No, one prescribes drugs, the other one talks to you. So if
the rates are considerably different. Okay.
so is the degree, but yeah, you can ask them. Maybe they'll get them going. Get it started. Just getting them in there, I guess, is the whole thing.
Yeah, totally. Let's take a call here. We got hello, JJO.
Hey, just sex fix yet?
Yep.
I hate to say this, but my first thought went to that dog.
Yeah.
If they got a down payment on a dog, if they might not stay together, they might want to think about that.
Yeah.
Our kennels and stuff don't need another dog dropped off that puts in a bad situation.
Yeah, that's very true. Let's think about the dog.
Wait, did you say you have the dog now? Or
No,
you're
he put the down payment down on the dog. They're going to pick it up here in a couple weeks. So,
I mean, I would take the dog for sure.
our listeners are always focused on the animals. Our listeners are like so animal focused all the time.
Maybe let him
Once the dog, not
Yeah. Maybe let him keep the dog, but just get him some peanut butter since he's going to be by himself for a while.
She's always wanted the dog, though.
Oh.
That's her dream dog.
Well,
so
she's getting a peanut butter.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it was my Christmas present, so I think
Yeah.
I would be able to take the dog.
Right. Well, and yeah, if it is salvageable, I mean, being resistant to therapy when they think that you're just kind of throwing it out there willy-nilly is a lot different than I'm going to leave unless we go and we get therapy together. That's a lot different.
You guys still banging? A lot?
Yeah, not a lot.
Okay.
You know, and then that's kind of like what I'm saying, like the intimacy, like he's just kind of just sort of bringing like the bare minimum.
Oh, missionary and that type of thing. Just straight into the no meat and potato.
Yeah, you know, just like it's just kind of expected. It like kind of fallen into a pattern of like this is when it's expected, and I kind of always know.
So you don't are that's what I'm saying. Are you?
Oh yeah, you're like a little bit of kissing, a titty grab.
That's all you need.
Light foreplay, and then 3 pumps, and we're out of here. All right. Yeah.
Sounds like a good Tuesday.
I bet it does for you.
See, sounds like a dude.
Jennifer is such a lucky girl.
So that's all still there. Everything's still there. It's just different paths you're wanting to go on. He wants to slow down. You want to travel to Europe and all that stuff. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, no, I mean, like even like when you say it's also there, like it's not there. Like it's not enough.
So it's like
nah. You know, it's just like whatever. You know, I want more in our intimacy, like our physical intimacy and our emotional intimacy. You know, like.
Are you talking to any other dudes right now?
Nah.
That was a long pause.
It was not.
Well, why did
She's like, what do you mean talking to?
He just looked at me and was like, So, no. See, that's where it's going to start getting sticky, and then you won't be thinking about this dude anymore. So, I mean, if it's not salvageable,
take the dog and run.
Pull the cord. If you think there's any sort of salvageability, is that a word?
It is now.
Okay. If there is any sort of way to salvage it, I would maybe go trick him into, or give him that. You don't want to get any ultimatum, just to be like, "Here's where I'm at, man."
Yeah.
And then say, "This is doing this. This is doing it." Yep.
And there ain't nothing wrong with doing a state of the relationship kind of thing. Mm-hmm. When you're like, "This is where I'm at, and this is and this is what I would like to work on."
And if we're down, we're liquidating this whole thing.
Right. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think to stick around just because you have a vacation planned and Valentine's Day is coming up, like that, that needs to not be a consideration. Like, pretend none of that is a thing. Are you staying in the relationship? Right. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be willing if I could get him to go to therapy and to like felt like there was effort and he wanted to try.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All these other things is just outside noise.
That's just stuff. You'll forget about it.
Yep. That's just outside noise.
You won't even remember the trip that you took or anything like that. All that stuff just disappears.
Yep.
It's always the memory of the person and all that stuff. So.
But I guarantee you that dude has no idea what is going on inside your head. I guarantee. Do you think?
I don't. Well, probably not. If they're still. That's why I asked if they're banging still.
Right.
Because usually, if that's still happening, guys will just go, "Oh, this is still okay."
They seriously.
They tie it into that. saying, "Oh, she's still doing it," when mentally they're checked out.
Right.
You know, I mean, I realize that now, but when I was younger, I didn't realize any of that stuff. You know, you're like, "Oh,
You've
it's
come
okay."
a long way, Lance.
Right. And so that's why I would, you tell them right out the gate, and then don't be surprised you're going to get the defensive, because most dudes can't handle their emotions, and the easiest thing to go to is like anger. So people immediately go to that because it satisfies all the other emotions you can feel, and if you're not good with your emotions, anger is the first one. That's the easiest one to cover stuff up.
Yep, exactly.
So be prepared for like, oh, you know what? Your tits sag. I hate you. You know, that type of thing. You'll get that. just as an example. but then eventually he'll chill out, and then you have a dog and a free trip. You know.
Let him know where you're at. Communication's everything. It's everything.
What are you going to really do?
Yeah.
I'm curious what you're thinking.
Yeah, I like the state of the relationship kind of thing. Just sitting down instead of dropping hints, instead of just trying to subtly kind of bring it to his attention. Just be really more direct, I think.
Just be like, here,
this has to be the way to do it.
Yep, go do it like at a,
And make sure you're doing the manager method too, sandwiching everything. Gotta make sure.
Oh yeah, one good comment with another. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise,
if it's just all bad, then you might as well just be like, you know what? I'm seeing this other guy because I had a long pause. You know.
Yeah. When's like timing? When's like good timing? Like, should you like right after sex?
No. Guess what? You're boring, and I want to take this poodle and run. I mean, I would
hope I have a little more time than that.
I don't know. I would think like over coffee or whatever, Sunday morning after a whatever. It feels like a weekend thing. I wouldn't do it before work.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that on a Monday or nothing.
You know, yeah.
Maybe
kind of a Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon kind of thing.
Go out. No, on a Sunday. Well, I mean,
isn't that like a song? Tell me on a Sunday. It's like a song. It's like a breakup song, an old breakup song.
Is it?
Tell me on a Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's a song.
Yeah,
for
my mom used to listen to it.
A reason. See, there you go. It's a sign, lady. It's a sign. All right. Well, I hope everything works out for you and for the dog. And it's just
everybody's worried about the dog.
It's true.
I'm worried about this poor bastard. You know. It's just sitting there walking around. I got a great life. Meanwhile, my girlfriend wants to run away with a poodle and some guy named Jorge.
All right, Marissa. You have a good morning, okay?
All right. Thanks, you guys.
All right, bye, honey.
Bye.
Should try it after butt stuff, maybe. Then he'll feel a little better.
Yeah. Honesty, man. You can't.
You have to. You got to be honest. It's hard to do, too, because you
don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And
there's this, oh, man, I can't remember. I just remember the idea of it, but there's a word for it. But there's people that will deal with things because it's not that bad, but it'll never get better because they stay within that. They'll deal with a lot of small, if it's not great.
Right.
They'll still stay in that because of security and stuff instead of jumping in. I forgot what the word of that is. But.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's because change is uncomfortable and the unknown is uncomfortable. And it's a lot of, it's financially, it's difficult for a lot of people too, because I mean, let's face it, it's a one income household, especially, whatever nowadays.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's friggin' hard. I've got my kid paying me $500 a month. You know?
I wish I got $500 for mine.
Because but you got two incomes coming into your house.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't. So I need that $500.
I'm helping my guy. The reason I did it is so he can get established. He's ready to go. He hits the ground running, and his credit is phenomenal right now.
So, but so that I think that's a reason a lot of people stay is financially too. They can't, or insurance. That's another reason people stay too.
Yeah.
It's crazy the reason why people stay in relationships.
I said security is the biggest thing, but it's
she's in it for the dog.
Yeah.
I want my golden doodle.
She's gonna get a dog. Unbelievable.
I get what she was saying. It sounded crappy, like she was staying for the dog and the vacation. She didn't want to break up with him.
No, it sounded crappy because it is crappy. And then the pause of, are you seeing a dude? No.
She didn't want to hurt his feelings before Christmas. She
Well,
didn't
yeah.
want to do it before. And I get it. And she's like, who wants to break up with someone before Valentine's Day?
Yeah, so he can churn up some other dude's butter.
Right. But it sounded terrible.
It sounds terrible. I didn't want to tell her she was a piece of snit. I'm like, listen, dude.
And then, if you're really feeling that way and you're going to go on the St. Martin's vacation anyway, and the whole time you're like, we're having vanilla sex and I'm not feeling it with you?
With
oh, my
him,
God.
With him.
Jesus.
I'm still not, there's a dude on the side there. I was like, and that's the whole thing. It's not good. And to sit there and drag, you just do it right away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier said than done. I get that tremendously. But, yeah, if you have any...
Holy moly.
Usually that's the catalyst for people is to try to find somebody, bed somebody else, and then,
Everybody's like, tell her not to get the dog.
The dog.
Everybody is worried about the dog.
I'm worried about the dude. The dog will be fine. Somebody's going to pet it.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Carrie Underworm.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Looks different.
Yeah.
I can't tell what she used to look like and what she looks like now, and if that's the real age.
Yeah. I know. We went through this. Johnny talks about it a lot because he's a Carrie Underwood fan.
Oh, he was in love with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
And
there's a
then
couple
it was,
of tug sessions to her, I guarantee.
oh my Lord. Yeah. Why do you do that?
I don't know.
And then I was in the garage with Patty one night, and good old Patty. And she was searching up. She wanted me to hear Carrie Underwood sing some song. Was it a Led Zeppelin
Rain and
cover
Blood.
or something? Yeah, something. A Slayer cover. And she was looking for it, and then she found it, and she goes, "Is that Carrie Underwood?" We couldn't, and I was like, "I don't know. Is that what she looks like?"
It's
weird.
Didn't she get into a car accident or something?
So the story is that she fell, I guess, and effed up her face pretty bad and had to get, but it's...
How the hell do you fall? Do you just fall with your arm straight to your side, straight forward?
She was handcuffed and she fell. And I don't know, and whatever.
Whatever. Anyway.
So, Carrie Underwood. She was at the inauguration. So the inauguration happened yesterday. They had it indoors because it's balls cold.
Mm-hmm.
And she was tapped to sing America the Beautiful. And because her voice is amazing.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you, this is so painful because the technical glitch is just...
This is Bush League.
It's
Bush League.
And
Somebody's
this is the longest minute of Carrie Underwood's life, I guarantee you. But even just watching this, I was like, oh, honey, oh, no. And I was like, somebody do something. And I've had it before where you're on stage to do a stage intro and you're waiting and you're just standing there and you're like,
oh, yeah.
Kill me. Like, I would rather be anywhere but here. And she's standing there and I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. But then she starts singing and it's wonderful. But anyway, here we go. I'm just going to roll the beautiful bean footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing America the Beautiful, please welcome the Armed Forces
At some point.
Chorus and Carrie Underwood.
So far, so good. She's walking out.
Yep.
Looks good. Beautiful dress. Walking down the little aisle. She's
Great great pooper.
Stop it at the podium. She's stepping to the left of the podium.
Now, let's wait.
Okay.
Coffee break.
So Biden's behind her. Bill Clinton's behind her.
So it's right at the
Kamala.
podium. Nobody's standing at the podium either.
Nobody's at the podium.
It's just, Trump's off to the left
Yep.
if you're watching stage
So,
right.
This is it. We're just standing here now.
Yep.
We're just standing.
Everybody's. I never heard that part where it kicked
Yep.
in slightly.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, no. She's
Somebody's-
smiling and looking. Oh.
somebody's in trouble.
Oh, honey. Now she's like making a face and kind of looking around. Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's still going. So, just nothingness.
It's so long.
Everybody's just standing around. At some point, you just got to walk up there and say, Trump's just sitting there like, I don't care. I'm just thinking about other stuff. He's just staring.
It's just so long.
He looks like he's agitated. It's like, what kind of Bush League crap is this?
It's so long.
Yeah, you would think it would have like picked up now or something, but it just keeps going.
It's been 2 minutes, you guys. And she's just standing there by herself, essentially.
And everybody else standing, doing nothing.
Just looking at her.
You know the words, help me out here.
She's like, piss on it, let's do this.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains.
She sounds great once
Yeah.
and then she decided to just go for it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I have the adrenaline dump for her. Like, my legs are tingly. Like, oh my God.
Yeah,
That
because you
had to
can't
be-
do anything. You're just standing there. And it's not even like your front. She wasn't center stage or anything. She was like off to the side. But
Yeah.
still, I'm like, come on. Who's getting fired for that one?
I don't know.
Like, you have the biggest stage right now.
Everybody's watching. you.
Millions upon millions of people. And that's
And people
what
were
you
giving
get?
her crap for doing it, which I thought was insane.
Oh, leave it out.
I know. Just
Come
on now.
No, you're not going to lead to my side. I'm not even going to think about it in 20 minutes
Right.
when I'm watching TV and
I know.
Netflix.
I know.
Yeah, because you're
Just shut
hanging
up.
out and everything's affecting you.
I know.
Ugh.
But yeah, she sounded great once it started. I've never felt so bad for an entertainer in my life. I was like, oh, honey. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
they had enough time to stare at her jaw. I think that's the problem. I think I found
wrong
it
with
because she looks like Quagmire a
wrong
little
with
bit.
you?
It's like sticks out.
So what was that? 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, it was a long
I
time.
guarantee you that was the longest 2.5 minutes of Carrie Underwood's life.
Was that 2.5 minutes? That seemed like longer.
Dude.
I'm sure up there it felt like 40 minutes. That stinks. Would you rather be in that position or the Ashley Simpson where it started and she had to do that dance up there? Which one would you rather be?
At least there was audio for Ashley Simpson, so I'm gonna go.
But remember, she
and there were
it
less
kicked on.
people watching.
Oh, it's,
So yeah, and upon reflection, by the way, now everybody runs
Yeah.
tracks. So the Ashley Simpson thing isn't so bad now
I
that we
know.
look back on it.
It'd be
is
nice to go and actually have people perform.
it? Right? Yeah, no kidding. She wasn't the only one that had a time, I guess. Billy Ray Cyrus had an epic disaster as well. He played at the Liberty Bowl. I didn't watch any of this.
Don't come on.
He tried to do Old Town Road. Let's see.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna
What the hell was
can't
that?
no more. Y'all can put your hands together now. I like that. If you encourage about, keep going. They told me to kill as much time as possible. So, does anybody know the words to "Achy Breaky Heart"?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I could try. I'll try a little bit. Let's see what happens. Hey, is my guitar still on? I think they cut me off.
emphysema.
So, well, Billy Ray's had problems.
Did you hear that? He sounded like, ugh.
Yeah.
What's with them and they sound like they've been in the coal mines for 8 years. Her and him and his daughter. She's like that.
Yeah, she does have a certain kind of voice, but she looks good.
Well, I didn't say she didn't look good.
And
for his age, he looks great. They just sound like,
Have you seen him lately? He's been through a hot mess. So, and he's been doing I don't know, they've had some sort of relationship issues and whatnot. And I guess they had to escort him off the stage, they said.
Why? What'd he do?
I don't know.
He pulled his dinger out. Hey, take a look at this.
Weird.
This was Miley's pacifier when she was young.
It's kind of weird. Just weird. So, I mean, I don't know why his voice was like that. He sounded rough the last few times I've heard him talk.
He's starting to look like Rob Zombie. Look at that. I
know. Yeah, exactly. Rob Zombie turned 60, by the way, and he looks great.
Does he?
Yeah.
How about his wife?
Sherry Moon?
Yeah.
Also looking good. Mm-hmm. So
it's
everything else seemed to go great.
It sucks, man. You start seeing all these people. I was just doing this because, Acid Bath, they're coming back and they're blowing up right now because they're playing those. But seeing them when I saw them a long time ago, I've actually talked to them, all that stuff. And then you see them again and it's like, what the? You see all these bands that you're talking, Korn even, all these guys, you see them when they're young, all baby-faced and great. And then all your heroes and all your people that you grew up listening to all look like crusty old balls.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Sucks.
We're not.
Age sucks. See?
Yeah.
I complain. I don't want to get angry.
Okay, so it was the divorce from Fire Rose. That's what it was. He was married to that Fire Rose lady.
Fire Rose?
Mm-hmm. All one word, like Cher.
Oh, yeah. I see her here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looks rough.
Yeah. Woo.
There's some drugs happening there. You can't tell me any different.
He has the Rob Zombie hat, so yeah.
He's got money and drugs. I don't know if he's got guns, but if you get the trifecta, they don't like it. So there you go. Poor Carrie Underwood. I know what she's doing today, and she's reliving those 2.5 minutes over and over and over again. And I was so freaking embarrassed for her, but she handled it great. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You just stand there. You can just stand there.
She should have just started telling jokes. She
just had a stand-up prepared.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah,
should have some in the can.
And that's the difference between morning radio people and professional entertainers.
Hey, let's start telling. Hey, did you hear about this?
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
And only 3 countries in the world don't use the metric system?
Or you can listen to this one.
I can't remember where I went Friday. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, what did I do on Friday? I got to check my calendar.
If anybody saw me Friday, call.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
I literally have no idea where I was Friday.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
Today, January 21st, is a couple of cool national days, normal days.
I love these.
Squirrel Appreciation Day.
Oh, no.
Just today, right? That's one.
I'm still bitter about the squirrels that ate my cherry tomatoes.
Yep, you hold grudges. And
I really do.
You do. Forever. You wronged me once. I hate you forever.
I really do.
So, I don't know. It said you can Squirrel Appreciation Day activities. You could build
Try to not hit one.
Build a squirrel obstacle course. Dress your dog up as a squirrel.
No.
Say the word squirrel a lot.
Okay.
They were handing out days. This is one of the dumbest ones. Another great day. It's National Hugging Day.
Hold on a second.
Squirrel.
Okay, I just wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah. So there, you just celebrated.
Yeah.
It's National Hugging Day. It's 41st. As you might guess, the day is an annual event dedicated to underrated art form of the hug. We love all types of hugs, from the one-arm bro hug to the full bear hugs. So get out there and hug some people.
With consent.
No. No, you just, when you feel it, you do it. That's my motto.
No. And that's why you're terrible at HR work.
Listen, free hugs, baby. A number of hugs required. 12. So this is the day by numbers. 12 is the number of required hugs, or the hugs required by humans every day to be healthy.
12?
Yeah, that seems high.
That does seem high. Can we just do one real long one?
A good hug is great.
Yeah, I love.
My dad hugs you because he wants to feel your boobs.
I know, and I
Get
give
over
it
here.
to him.
Let me feel those big boobs.
I do it too. It's fine. I'll get all up in there.
So no, you're always a straight hug.
Yeah.
Right, and it's a good squeeze, and then it's
I mean business.
Yep. Mine is, well, it depends on the dude. You always get that you're doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger with Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So I do that one, and then you do the kind of pull in, and then you tap the back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that one's kind of one that you do with the bands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you do full on ones.
Yeah.
I do. That's the band one, and then there's the reach around one that you just get a couple of fingers. No, that's the two. That's the only ones I do. There's the side one where you barely know the person.
Yeah.
You just kind of give them. Yeah, like the one around the. Oh, hey, yeah. One of those. But there's 32% is the percentage of stress that dispelled with a hug. 32% of the stress you have will be
Can I
dispelled.
talk to you about a hug I had recently?
Oh, boy.
And I've been thinking about it since it happened. Okay. So Spencer, I love you, from Latitude 43, came over and checked my furnace.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I've seen porns that start out like this.
No. And it was fantastic. He did an amazing job.
I'm sure he did.
HVAC 43. I want to make sure I have it right.
While you're doing that, you know the average time. Oh, no, to do this, keep going.
HVAC43.com is the website to go to. Spencer's amazing. I've had 3 different companies come over for servicing my unit, my HVAC unit.
Yeah.
Okay, so for like tune-ups and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Not because
yeah.
there were issues,
Mhm.
but just for general, like, it's summertime approaching. Check out my AC unit.
Yeah. Just to
Right, and the dude, the child that came to my house tried to sell me a new air conditioning unit. Was all like, I've never seen numbers like this before. Your house is going to explode. And I was like, I don't think that's what's happening. And then I had a friend come over, and they were like, you just needed some fluid. Give me $70 and we'll call it even.
Well,
right?
you do.
And then the other guy,
Carbon monoxide pouring through your house. Turns out that kid was right.
And then I've had them come over for furnace tune-ups. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You need a new unit. You're only operating at blah, 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 whatever. Spencer came over. He fixed my intake problem that I was having, and we're fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, so he came over, and I made myself this freaking, like, wrap, this, like...
Yeah.
And it had onions in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then Spencer's going to leave. You know what's happening. So Spencer's going to leave, and he's like, can I have a hug? And I was like, absolutely. And I'm terrified that Spencer thinks I smell like onions now.
Oh, that bitch reeks.
Right.
Just like your cloud, what you did at Quick Trip, where you went into a cloud, came out, and got blamed for stinky cooch.
I've been wanting to text Spencer and be like, dude, if I smelled like onions, it's because I had this Greek wrap. But then that's weird, too, because if I didn't smell like onions, he's like, this person is crazy.
But now you could say this and say, hey, I did a radio because I got to tell you something. Now you have an out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dude, next time just ask Logan. That's what he does, right? He'll come over and fix that for free. Maybe he'll have to rub his feet or something.
Dude. I'm like, I'll rub his feet. He's probably got clean feet.
He does. He's a very clean kid.
No. So I've literally every day I have thought about
Stinky mouth.
the hug
McGee.
from Spencer and how I probably smell like onions.
You breathed on me.
And
I guarantee he's like, oh my God. Yuck. You want to make sure you don't have morning wood? Let T give you a hug.
Jesus Christ. Damn it.
Man, that smells like poo.
And I was sitting there and I was standing there talking, and I'm like, I think he's going to ask if he can hug me. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I knew I should not have had that wrap. I knew it. I should have just waited till he left.
Oh boy.
That's what, all my onion glory. Why do I like onions so much?
I don't know. I like cooked onions. I don't like crispy onions.
Oh, I love crispy onions.
You know what? This is the other thing of this. How long did you hug him for?
A couple seconds.
The average time of a hug is 20 seconds.
No, that is not.
That seems long.
That's like a goodbye, you're going on a trip hug.
That's like Carrie Underwood standing at that thing.
The longest 2 minutes of that bitch's life.
Imagine you hugging. The number of hugs needed for survival is 4.
Oh my God.
The number of hugs needed by a human every day for maintenance, 8. Where are they getting these numbers from?
That's crazy.
So at 10 seconds, the hug that needs to be biomedical reactions in the body that boost health. 10-second hug. That's a long time. That's a canoodle.
Yeah. Do mouth hugs count?
Oh, yeah. Hug yourself.
A lot of stress is relieved when you do the hands around the throat hug. Jeez, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Just
I like it.
hug the shaft. That's good. Hey, you know what other day it is? This is the last one, but I had it. It's Grandma Day is one. Obviously, just celebrate your grandma if you have one still. International Sweatpants Day.
Oh, bud. You should put this in your calendar. Are you wearing sweatpants? Look at you, dude. Look at you. Did you know it was today?
I did not.
Oh, my God.
I was just like, I knew I was going to have a short day because I do this, and then I go and, do a little bit of accounting, and then I go home. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be in my office. I'm not going to be around anybody. It's international. Now I have every excuse when Randy's like, boy, it's like you don't give a damn.
You're
Be like, hey, it is International Sweatpants Day.
That's right.
So obviously, how do you celebrate that?
You wear sweatpants.
You wear sweatpants. That's right.
That's amazing.
Sweatpants have been around to close to 100 years. Did you know that?
Wow.
Are casually soft trousers originally designed for athletes and comfort. They're made with using stitchy knitted fabrics, an elastic waistband, drawstring, sometimes elastic cuffed hems. Sweatpants can either be loose or baggy or form-fitting shapes. Obviously, we all know this information.
John, I'll never forget that tailgate. Christy, I don't know if she takes him shopping as much anymore, but when they first got together, Christy took Johnny shopping quite a bit.
I'll fix him.
She was in a fix-him mode, for sure. And Christy bought Johnny a pair of skinny sweatpants. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. They were super tight. It showed off his creamy hamstrings.
Dude, you could see his
penis. Yes, the veins.
And I remember he was
smuggling
wore him
plums,
into the
dude.
tailgate, and I was like, what are you wearing, dude?
Yeah. I see the rivets of your butthole. Jeez.
I know. He was like, what? They're in fashion, man. And I was like, yeah, for like 20-year-olds.
Not you. You look weird. You look like the cops are coming.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D. Nowhere but JJO.